Yes, students. Now, today we will do chapter number 2, part 2, that is Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Before you read portion, do you know these people? What instruments do they play? Think of the Shehnai and the first thing you will probably imagine is a wedding or a similar occasion or function. The next would probably be Ustad Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai maestro playing the instrument. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Pungi became the generic name for reeded noise makers. Generic name, a name given to a class or group as a whole, and meaning of reeded is wind instruments which have reeds like the flute, the clarinet, etc. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of pungi because it has a shrill, means sharp, unpleasant sound. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. Revived means will again come into existence. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi. So who decided to improve the quality of the pungi? Professional musicians, a barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace. Access means who can reach the royal palace. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than the pungi and made several holes on the body of the pipe. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. He played the instrument before royalty and everyone was impressed. Means royalty means he was not charging anything. Okay? So to impress everyone, he played the instrument. The instrument so different from the pungi had to be given a new name. As the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah chambers and was played by a nai, the instrument was named the Shehnai. The instrument so different from the pungi had to be given a new name. As the story suggests, since it was first played in the Shah's chambers and was played by a nai barber, the instrument was named the Shehnai. How the Shehnai name was given? Firstly, Sheh, it was played in the Shah's chamber. Nai, it was played by the barber. Now pungi, earlier name for Shehnai, now it is most commonly known as Shehnai. Second paragraph, the sounds of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. Auspicious matlab shubh, promising to bring good fortune. And for this reason, it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. Indispensable means without which a piece of work cannot be done. Okay, which is very important, which holds utmost importance. So, Shehnai is the most important part of North Indian wedding. In the past, the Shehnai was part of the Nobat or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal courts. Okay. So earlier it was the part of Nobat or traditional ensemble. Ensemble means things considered as a group. 9 instruments found at royal courts. There were 9 major musical instruments that were found in royal courts. One of them was Shehnai. Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. So earlier, it was just played in temples or in weddings only. So who bring it to the stage as a part of classical music is Ustad Bismillah Khan. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played Gilli Danda near a pond in the ancient estate of Dumrao in Bihar. Okay? When he was 5-year-old, what did he used to play? Gilli Danda near a pond in the ancient estate of Dumrao in Bihar. Estate means the property of any state. So Dumrao is a city or town in Bihar. He used to play Gilli Danda there. He would regularly go to the nearby Biharji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg, a prize given by the local Maharaja. What he used to do apart from playing Gilli Danda, he would go to temple. Where what does he sing at the temple? Bhojpuri Chaita. After singing, what prize did he earn? A big laddu whose weight is 1.25 kg, given by local Maharaja. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy has travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. Okay, after 80 years ago, what happened? The little boy became a very nice classical musician who got award, highest civilian award in India, that is the Bharat Ratna. Fourth paragraph. Born on 21 March 1916, Bismillah belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather Rasul Baks Khan was the Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur king's court. Okay, what did his grandfather used to do? He was also the Shehnai player, but he was a Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur king's court. What was the name of his grandfather? Rasul Baks Khan. His father Pagambar Baks and other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. Father's name was Pagambar Baks and other paternal ancestors. Ancestors means Purvaj, and paternal means who belongs to your father's side. Paternal ancestors, ancestors of the father. The young boy took to music early in life. At the age of 3, when his mother took him to his maternal uncle's house in Banaras. Maternal uncle's house means the relations that belong to your mother's side. So when his mother at the age of 3 took him to his maternal uncle in Banaras, now Varanasi, Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. So he felt very happy after watching his uncle playing the Shehnai. Soon Bismillah started accompanying his uncle Ali Baks to the Vishnu temple of Banaras, where Baks was employed to play the Shehnai. So his maternal uncle was given the employment there to play Shehnai in Banaras temple. So Bismillah used to accompany him. Ali Baks would play the Shehnai and Bismillah would sit captivated for hours on end. For so many time, Bismillah was also involved with his maternal uncle. On end means for a very long time without stopping. Continuously he was playing music and continuously Bismillah was accompanying his maternal uncle. Slowly he started getting lessons in playing the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. So after some time, Bismillah also practiced throughout the day. For years to come, the temple of Balaji and Mangalmay and the banks of the Ganga became the young apprentice's favorite haunts where he could practice in solitude. Solitude means solo, individually. So apart from society, he used to practice where there were temples Balaji, Mangalmay and the banks of Ganga. The flowing waters of the Ganga inspired him to improvise and invent ragas that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of the Shehnai. So he got very great ambience there. He got very good environment there because of the flowing waters of Ganga, which inspired him to invent new rag in Shehnai that were not earlier exist in the Shehnai. 6th paragraph. At the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to the Allahabad Music Conference. At the end of his recital, Ustad Faiz Khan patted the young boy's back and said, "Work hard and you shall make it." So who patted the Bismillah's back? Ustad Faiz Khan. When? At the age of 14, when Bismillah accompanied his uncle. Where? Allahabad Music Conference. With the opening of the All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah's big break. He soon became an often heard Shehnai player on radio. When the radio came, All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938. So, he became the Shehnai player on radio. When India gained independence on 15 August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. He poured his heart out into Rag Kafi from the Red Fort to an audience which included Mahatma Gandhi and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Which rag did he play? Rag Kafi, when India got independence, from the Red Fort to the audience, which includes the Prime Minister as well as the other ministers, who later gave his famous Tryst with Destiny speech. Bismillah Khan has given many memorable performances both in India and abroad. His first trip abroad was to Afghanistan, where King Zahir Shah was so taken in by the maestro that he gifted him priceless Persian carpets and other souvenirs. Okay, so the king of Afghanistan, King Zahir Shah, he was so impressed with Bismillah's performance that he gifted him with priceless Persian carpets and other souvenirs. Souvenir means things given in memory of a place, person or event. Okay, kind of memento. The king of Afghanistan was not the only one to be fascinated with Bismillah's music. Film director Vijay Bhatt was so impressed after hearing Bismillah play at a festival that he named a film Who was impressed after the Persian king, Afghanistan king? Film director Vijay Bhatt, after the instrument called Goonj Uthi Shehnai. Let me connect with the previous line. Vijay Bhatt was so impressed after hearing Bismillah play at a festival that he named a film after the instrument called Goonj Uthi Shehnai. The film was a hit, and one of Bismillah Khan's composition, Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya, turned out to be a nationwide chart buster. So Vijay Bhatt, the director, film director, after listening the Bismillah Khan's Shehnai, he has given a name to a film called Goonj Uthi Shehnai. The film was a hit, and one of Bismillah Khan's composition, Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya, turned out to be a nationwide chartbuster, means super hit. Despite this huge success in the celluloid world, Bismillah Khan's venture in film music were limited to two. Despite this huge success in the celluloid world means celluloid, old-fashioned way of referring to films. Bismillah Khan's ventures in film music were limited to two. Ventures means projects. So he has undertaken only two projects, Vijay Bhatt's Goonj Uthi Shehnai and Vikram Srinivas' Kannada venture Sanadhi Apanna. I just can't come to terms with the artificiality and glamour of the film world, he says with emphasis. Okay. Next is awards and recognition came thick and fast. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in the United States of America. Okay, so he was invited where? First Indian, firstly, to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in the United States of America. He also took part in the World Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival, and in the Osaka Trade Fair. So well known did he become internationally that an auditorium in Tehran was named after him, Tahir Mosque Ustad Bismillah Khan. So he was awarded with so many awards, recognitions that make him the world famous. Okay. National awards like the Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan and the Padma Vibhushan were conferred to him. 3 national awards. In 2001, Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna. With the coveted award resting on his chest and his eyes glinting with rare happiness, he said, coveted means much desired. So he was waiting for this award. With rare happiness, he said, all I would like to say is teach your children music. This is Hindustan's richest tradition. Even the West is now coming to learn our music. West means Western countries. So in his speech, what he has said to the people to teach their children Indian music. In spite of having travelled all over the world, Khan Sahab, as he is fondly called, now he is fondly called as Khan Sahab. Fondly means with love. Is exceeding fond of Banaras and Dumrao, exceedingly fond of Banaras and Dumrao. and they remain for him the most wonderful towns of the world. Because from Dumrao, from his childhood, he has started his journey of music, and in Banaras he was able to find out various tunes related to Shehnai. A student of his once wanted him to head a Shehnai school in the USA, and the student promised to recreate the atmosphere of Banaras. A student of his once wanted him to head a Shehnai school in the USA, and the student promised to recreate the atmosphere of Banaras by replicating the temples there. But Khan Sahib asked him if he would be able to transport river Ganga as well. Later he is remembered to have said, "That is why whenever I am in a foreign country, I keep yearning to see Hindustan." So that time the student asked Bismillah Khan to become the head of American Music School, and he also promised him, "If you desire, we will bring some of the environment of India also there." But Bismillah Khan denied and asked, "Can you bring the water from Ganga here also?" That's why the music that is recreated in India, he missed a lot. While in Mumbai, I think of only Banaras and the Holy Ganga, and while in Banaras, I miss the unique Math of Dumrao. Ustad Bismillah Khan's life is a perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of India. Heritage means khazana, one that effortlessly accepts that a devout Muslim like him can very naturally play the Shehnai every morning at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. So students, that was the explanation of part 2, chapter 2, Shehnai by Bismillah Khan. Thank you.